Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is August 21st. Today is Monday. Welcome back after a long weekend. Looking at the overall economical calendar, you guys can see that there's nothing scheduled for today. Tomorrow we have existing home sales. Wednesday we have PMI. Thursday we do have a speaker and job numbers. Actually, Wednesday we have home sales at 10 a.m. That could overall affect the market. And then Friday, the big kicker, we got Mr. Powell himself speaking on Friday at Jackson Summit. So let's see what happens this week overall. Make sure you guys are very cautious. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But these are going to be the top three stocks that I'm watching for this upcoming week. Let's start off with Meta on the 180-day 4-hour. Meta has basically been on a steep uptrend, but now ever since it hit 330, she actually been on a downtrend, right? So let's see what overall is going to happen with Meta. Looking at Meta over here, you can see that she was trending below the 180-day trade line. You guys know what I look for whenever the stock is underneath the 180-day trade line. That means she's bearish. Right now, she got the RSI got to the oversold part. MACD looks like it wants to cross over. So I want to see if we break and hold at least above the trade line. So get a 4-hour candle above the trade line, which we are starting to do right now, above that 285. We have a nice little gap up. So definitely want to watch to see if we start to gap up. You can see that if we zoom out, it could possibly just gap up from this 287 all the way up towards that 292 level. So let's see what happens. It is more in favor for a possible bounce, especially after selling off. If we jump back over towards the 20-day and you believe that this stock is going to come back down, you shouldn't get bearish because we're still above the 20-day trade line. You could get bearish below 283, right? 283, you could start looking for a short position, and then she could start going to 279 and maybe even retesting that 274 down here. So make sure you guys set alerts below and above. This way you guys don't have to keep on checking on this thing. But overall, she is above that 20-day. The 180-day looks like it wants to cross over. Let's actually check that 1 year. The 1 year is not going to update because it's pre-market. You can see the 1 year, the trade line. Let's see where that is. 1 year trade line is around like 296. So she's not going to get full bullish until she gets above 296, but she will bounce and retest that trade line. So eventually, I think she'll probably bounce up towards that 296 level. Could happen today, next week. You never know. So just keep Meta in watch and look out for those key levels. Next stock we're going to talk about is Tesla. Tesla was on a downtrend. Um, Definitely want to keep an eye on Tesla. A lot of stocks are oversold, especially after last week. Looking at Tesla right now, what do we look for, right? Below the trade line or the EMA. I posted it on Instagram yesterday. Make sure you guys follow Wall Street Assassins. Give this video a like as well too, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification while we're at it. So, but looking at Tesla, Tesla got oversold. MACD's crossing up. Candles are starting to hold above the trade line. That is a sign of a reversal. So definitely want to watch to see what's going to overall happen with Tesla today. She does have like some type of resistance over here. We have a resistance around that 225 zone, 225. You can see the stock drop, bounced off this 225, came back up, hit that trade line and came back down. Right now, we're starting to hold above the trade line. We have one candle open and close above it, and now we have another candle open and close above the trade line. So now we're flipping bullish. MACD is giving us a bullish crossover. So we want to see us break and hold above that 225, 224 area before we can start pushing up higher. Let's jump over towards the 1 year. Make sure we're not going long into the 1 year here. 1 year trade line is correct. So possibly go from 225 to 230, right? You can see 230 is actually close to the 1 year trade line over here. So definitely keep that in mind. And to the downside, right, we're going to wait for the break of the 180 trade line, and we're going to wait for the break of the 20-day trade line, which is sitting around like 219. From the break of 219, we start going down towards 215. 212 was the 20-day low. So make sure you guys keep this in mind. Set your alerts. Overall, she is above the 20-day trade line as well. If we drop down towards the 15-minute, right, what's going to happen closer to the bell, right? So don't be shocked if you get some type of sell-off at the bell, right? Don't be fooled. A lot of times the first move is the fake move, right? RSI is extremely overbought on the 15 minutes. What does that mean? That means we're possibly going to have a pullback, right? Possibly get oversold over here, and maybe we could possibly start going back up. So if you guys are trying to look to go long at the bell, it's probably not going to be a favorable position since the RSI is so overbought right before the bell. So we might just pull back, right? Find some type of support over here, and then we could possibly start uptrending again. So next stock we're going to talk about, and you guys know what stock it is. It's going to be SPY, right? And not have a watch list without looking at SPY. SPY is the overall market. It's the ETF of the S&P 500 for those of you who are new, right? So watching the overall chart over here, this is the 20-day 1 hour chart, meaning each candle on this chart is 1 hour of information. So we are holding above the 20-day trade line over here. 20-day trade line is acting as support. You guys can see that. We started actually holding above it on Friday, right? I believe we closed green on Friday. You guys can see that we start to hold above the 20-day trade line, giving us a bullish move to the upside, right? So let's jump over towards the 180-day and let's compare and contrast what this 180-day is telling us over here. Jumping over toward the 180-day, you guys can see oversold, MACD crossover, prime example for a reversal. Candles holding above the trade line as well, or the EMA line. 438, right, or 439 needs to be broken before we can start basically continuing this uptrend, right? 439, then we can start going to 441. Let's jump over towards the 1 year so you guys can see the overall main picture, right? So overall, our side did get close to the oversold side on the 1 year, but the trade line or the EMA line is at 442. So like you guys can see in the past, if you guys look behind the lines, a lot of times we drop, come back and retest the trade line. So this could be another instance where we drop, come back to retest the trade line, and then the stock has to make a decision. Do we have enough buyers to push us above the 1 year? If not, this could be just a retest of that 442 zone or the trade line, and then we can make a new low. So let's see what happens. Overall, we are in the bounce phase. So let's see if it continues today. Let's jump back over towards the 180-day. Watch to see if we break from 439, then we can start going to 442. And then to the downside, we're going to jump back over towards the 20-day. We're going to look for the break of the 20-day trade line and the 180-day trade line around 437, and then we can start going down towards 435, maybe even 433. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is just a bounce until the next drop? If you guys are thinking about it, we do have the SMA over here. SMA normally acts as resistance, and we have the trade line around the 1 year trade line around 442, 443 zones. So we could bounce, hit that 443 zone, and then come back down. You guys seen it happen in the past. Or do you guys think we're going to flip bullish? Comment below. What do you guys think? Bullish or bearish for this upcoming week? Are you guys excited that Powell's speaking on Friday? Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video and hit that bell notification. Peace.